We've learned the suspect accused of murdering his sister in Pflugerville is a former University of Texas at San Antonio football player. Deputies arrested 25-year-old Michael Iguagu last night, and KXAN's Caitlin Carmoot talked with a neighbor who saw the suspect right after the attack.
That neighbor lives right across the street from where this all happened off of Vescavo Lane. He says his son saw the suspect naked. He then ran outside himself, and that's when he saw a weapon and blood.
You know, the guy, his hands and feet were covered in blood.
25-year-old Michael Iguagu charged with the murder of his sister, who was believed to be pregnant.
Only reason I even knew about this was my son, he called and let me know that, hey, there's a naked guy outside the front yard.
The 911 calls came in Friday afternoon. Neighbors say they heard and saw unusual things happening next door. When deputies got here, they found Mikey Iguagu's sister stabbed to death.
The knife was tossed on the curb line.
Iguagu played football at UT San Antonio from 2013 to 2016. This interview was from 2017, when he still had hope of playing in the NFL.
I'm just very grateful and I'm humble.
Before that, Iguagu played in Pflugerville at John B. Connolly High School, and now he's charged with murder.
We know him in passing, you know, just neighbors speaking hello, goodbye in the morning and the evening kind of deal. Always pleasant, nice folks.
Though these neighbors didn't know Iguagu directly, they're still left shocked, saying nothing like this has ever happened inside this home off of Vescavo Lane. Deputies aren't saying what led Iguagu to stab and kill his sister, and investigators aren't releasing her name either. In Pflugerville, Caitlin Carmoot for KXAN News.
Hello. Hey, this is B. Scott. I'm just coming to you about the video that we just viewed about the Texas man that killed his pregnant sister, and the confession was caught on the doorbell camera. Now, I'm going to go ahead and read this to you, and then I will give you some more information as well, because I've seen some other stuff from other news footage. So here we go. A Texas man charged with stabbing his pregnant sister to death was caught. His confession was caught on the doorbell video camera. Michael Iguagu, 25, was taken into custody on Friday, the same day that Jennifer Kwame Ibiki, 32, was found suffering from multiple stab wounds at her home, 17 miles north of Austin. Ibiki was in the first trimester of pregnancy, died at the scene. She died at the scene, people. And an arrest affidavit alleges that Iguagu was seen on doorbell camera video holding a knife as he left the home after the killing. It says the video recorded him telling a church member who had come to check on Ibiki, "I killed Jennifer." Chief Medical Examiner J. Keith Pinkard said he believed Ibiki was stabbed 1 to 2 dozen times and died as a result of multiple stab wounds. Authorities were called to the home just before 5 p.m. for a report that a woman had been stabbed. When deputies arrived, they found Ibiki on the kitchen floor suffering from obvious injuries to her abdomen and face. Iguagu was found in the street outside the home, naked with blood on him, and 8 to 10 inch bloody knife on the ground next to him. He was taken into custody on a murder charge. Ibiki's twin brother, Martin Iguagu, told the deputies that their sister texted him around 5:30 a.m. stating that Michael Iguagu was at the home and was having a crisis, according to the affidavit. Michael Iguagu said that he talked to his brother to calm him down, and Michael Iguagu made several strange statements. Martin Uguagu said his sister texted him again around 4:10 p.m., this time asking him to come to the house. When he arrived, a church member was standing outside with Ibiki's oldest child, who was covered in blood, according to the affidavit, which says Martin Uguagu told the deputies that he found Ibiki's body inside the home and heard her youngest child crying. Martin Uguagu said his brother was in the street, appeared to be praying. Michael Uguagu, who had blood on his clothes, kept making statements that Martin Uguagu was one of the good ones. According to the affidavit, the document states that Michael Uguagu stripped naked and dumped his bloody clothes in the neighbor's garbage can. The church member Linda Murrah told deputies that Ibiki had also asked her to come to the house, and when she got there, she heard yelling inside. A short time later, Michael Uguagu left smiling, holding a knife, saying he had killed his sister in the affidavit. Ibiki was a married mother of 2 daughters, according to a GoFundMe campaign set up for funeral costs. She worked as a nurse at Ascension Seton Medical Center, Austin. The medical center said in a statement that it was deeply saddened by her death and was sending thoughts and prayers to her family. Michael Uguagu was being held at Travis County Correctional Complex on a $500,000 bond. We do not have any comments at this time except to say that this is a very painful and difficult time for the family. Krista Kokana and an attorney for Uguagu and the family said in the statement, we would ask the people to please respect their privacy and allow them time to grieve. So I know I probably messed up some names in there, but I wanted to come with this story because it's pretty sad. But also in another video that I watched that was part of this news document, had a video in it. He cut his sister's eyes out. So that wasn't in that video about what he did. He cut his sister's eyes out. And when they said that he was having a crisis, and it sounded like maybe he had a mental illness going on. And maybe he had a mental illness going on, and that is not being evaluated about his mental illness, because why would she have called her brother to say that he was having a crisis? And she also called a church member. You know, we as Black people do not talk about mental illness. We do not talk about it. We pretend like it's not happening when it is happening. And then something like this happened. Real mental illness, something that's real, you know, not something where it's made up because you went out here and killed all these people and now all of a sudden you have a mental illness, so you don't go to jail because of the color of your skin. You go into some kind of mental institution when you really need to be locked up. This man here needs to be in a mental institution because it's something obviously going on that's not right up there. They need to go ahead and evaluate him, go ahead and get him into a place where he can get help, because it just seemed like, you know, it's some mental illness going on there and it's not being talked about. It's just not being talked about. And it's so sad that he killed his sister. You know, it's so sad that he killed his sister. I just, my heart weeps for the entire family. My heart weeps for the children, the husband, the mom that lost her life. And my heart even weeps for the brother because he was not in his right mind when he killed his sister. I do not believe he was in his right mind. I don't know what mental illness he may suffer from, because I'm not a doctor. I don't know. There's so many mental illnesses out here, but it could be any of them. It could be, I don't know. I don't know. But I hope that the family get the help they need. The entire family. It's going to take a lot for them to recover. It really is. And I will be praying for the family. Yes. And I just want to say thank you all for listening. And if you need help, mental help, please get it. If you know someone that needs to get help mentally, encourage them to get it. Do not try to make them feel bad or shame them because they are mentally ill. Let people get the help they need without being ridiculed. Thank you. Be blessed and have a great one.